Hi guys, how are you doing? So, guys, we just want to discuss about the data that is coming tomorrow as well as the retail sales that will be announced. But before getting into the deep right now, uh, I want to show you something. Guys, this is the channel which we are currently live on. Just give me a sec. So, guys, this is the channel that is milking pips right here in front of you, and you need to subscribe it. There are the certain videos out here, lives almost around every single day. You can even go into the live section and you can see around every day I am coming and explaining the analysis, and I think that would be a great beneficial for you guys and as well as for me. So subscribe it, press the bell icon, and I still have some less subscribers right now, but still want to create a content for you guys. So need your urgent support right here. So getting deep into the deep into the trading stuff, guys, I want to like show you that this was basically 18th September, December, and today is 19th. This was the setup explaining about that this is a trade on AUD NZD which I have taken, and this is the idea that I actually gave. So eventually, like the idea was the simple one, but see, I actually like just wanted to like show you the trade, that this was the trade that was actually running on 18th, and the impact actually came on not in FOMC, but the good part was that in FOMC uh, I was saved in a sense that there wasn't like much of a wick and much of the things that can really impact my uh, trade setup. But the good news, guys, is that the trade has been locked around here, and I've taken my profits at this point. Still, uh, around about like 75% of the trade was closed, and now little portion is running. What I'm looking at, if the price push back up till there, it can give a good amount of profit as well. So the idea is that I moved my stop loss right here right now, rather than like bringing into the zone. I want to change the stop loss, bringing back to there, but still right now the price is running, and I want to be sure that it actually completes the cycle. So it's a general information for you guys, as that the these streams actually are helpful for all of us. So if you just like start looking at the analysis, and you can even like fast forward it, but if you just like understand it, so just want to give you the idea that it actually works, and we can further discuss the plans that actually exist. So guys, coming back quickly towards the data that actually today is released. There was a press conference from Bank of Japan. It gave a huge move, and it was about the interest rates which they kept same, but BOJ press conference actually decreased the strength of the uh, yens, and there was a big bump in the market, and when we'll go through, we'll look at that. Secondly, there is a monetary policy that actually announced for the pound as well. Monetary policy is controlled by the central banks, and the bank rates that are also known as interest rates, policy rates, and it is also known as refinancing rates. And it is also different kind of names that actually is the same thing. So it's like they kept it same right here, and quarterly GDP for the USD was announced today. That was really a good improvement, and gave a good, more bullish move towards this side. Unemployment claims has reduced. That's a good deal for this month. And GDP price index quarterly actually remained the same. And Philly manufacturing index, basically this is the the survey conducted in Philadelphia, and it is also uh, which is also conducted in other areas, uh, that is of United States. Right now, I can't recall the name of the Michigan Manufacturing Index is also a way for measurement, and this is a Philly Manufacturing Index. It is a low impact news, but uh, seems like people aren't much happy about this manufacturing industry that isn't performing as great in Philly right now. But anyway, moving further, there are existing home sales, really important data. So existing home sales has actually improved. People are selling and buying the houses there. It shows a good economy. So overall, the strength of United States has been up to the mark, and really really clear in the direction. Moving further, guys, the trade AUD NZD actually was based on, just a sec. Hmm. I need to go back to Wednesday. So AUD trade wasn't affected by the federal funds rate yesterday. AUD NZD trade was, which I just showed you, it wasn't affected by this federal fund rates, but it was impacted by this. Guys, all of the sudden at 4:45, there wasn't like no move, and I was like super uh, confused about that. Uh, why this move isn't happening right now? So with the FOMC, but as the NZD data came and the data came, you can see that they were previously it was minus 1.1, and there was like a good gap between forecasted value and the original value, that is minus zero point 0.2 to minus 1. That is a huge difference that actually created a big move on the upside for the Australian strength, and NZD just fell like that, directly dumped. So that kind of like gave me a better understanding that how the data actually functions. So it is in front of you. I have just shifted the charts, but it was really in front of you. Like here you can see that this trade has gone wonderfully, guys, and really happy about it. Gave me more confidence about the work. So let's get back into the business of understanding, because one trade isn't enough. We have to plan. And guys, similarly, there are certain quotes that an idiot with a plan can actually win from the a person who is genius with a plan. So it's a simple thing. Without a plan, it's not possible. So it's not about taking the trades. This trading business is not about taking a trade, because you need to understand that what skill is required for taking a trade. It's just clicking a mouse, and clicking a mouse, you can trade any kind of trades at any point at any time. But the planning stuff, it actually takes time. It takes really long time, and we have to take it serious. So this is DXY, guys. So what we were looking at previously is, if you just see the past streams, I was highlighting this area, right? And this was actually a range for 5 days, and it was like super exhausting range. Like for example, let's see if the price was here, and let's see around here. See, it's around about like 6 days, 5 days, 5 days, 12 hours, 6 days, around about, guys, 6 days. It's a 6 days range, you can see here. And 6 days market stayed in this range, and there was a intense breakout after FOMC candle. This is an FOMC candle. So really important stuff, guys. A really important explanation that if a price breaks out of a certain range right here, right? This is a range. If the price breaks out of this range with the strength, the first sell off comes off, right? Most people as a beginner trader thinks that it has created a high like that and now it gonna come back directly, but this is not how it happens. So it's really important that we understand the market structure, we understand the importance that why this structure was actually created and how it is actually impacting our trade setup. So what end up happening that currently, if we see the daily time frame, prices are, this was the place which I was actually looking at, but now I've moved my upper point to that level because it's in a continuation of the rising sense. So there are two options that if the DXY creates its current high right now, but historically the high which I've kept is this one. So let's see that if there is a good rejection out here, then only then I can understand that what could be the answer to it. So anyway, if the price came back here, price can even go back up like that, forming a structure swing just like that, because the idea is that it is super bullish right here. And you just like we just discussed the macroeconomic factors as well, and we can just exactly see that it is in a good uptrend. Dollar index, we are talking about DXY right here. Keep your eyes open on this symbol as well so that you don't miss. So now what we can expect it if the price comes back down, right, breaks the structure. There are certain points out here that it is not as easy for the price to go back down there and give a sell structure like that. Although I'm not saying that it can't happen because it happened right here in front of you, but similarly the idea is that each time the cell structure couldn't actually hold, and again we are back to the highs right now. So in that regard, guys, if there is a cell structure, if the price breaks out of this, came back here, and if the price breaks this zone around this level, around this level, guys, only then we can expect a sell position around here. Before that, taking a sell position on a dollar specifically can be a really harmful stuff. Secondly, we see is that the price has like been like retracing on a little, on a smaller time frame, but it doesn't actually means that it's going downward. So it's better for us to actually wait till the price forms a proper high, like a pin peak formation high like that. So in that regard, we can only understand the exact point, just like we had hit here. So you can see that exactly from this breakout, price has broken out, and anybody who is trying to make you sell, or if you are thinking for sales opportunity, it's not right, because this is also the zone right here where we can get a push on the upper side. So for DXY right now, it is extremely bullish. So any sort of a pullback that actually gives after a peak formation high can be a good source for, if for example, if this is a peak formation right now, so any point of pullback, you can actually capitalize on the move on the upper side. So this is what basically a classical chart pattern actually looks like, and they actually view, and I personally view it based on the structure as well, as you have seen in my previous streams. Moving towards the USD CAD. USD CAD has given us a good move on the upside. This move actually happened on FOMC right here, and this is also the impact for the FOMC. And after the impact of FOMC, the prices came back down. Secondly, there was also interest rate changes in the CAD. The CAD has been reducing their rates quite constantly, and it has been like in the series that it has been like decreasing the rates. So let me just a sec. Just a sec, guys. I want to like bring up something for you. So if we look at here, see, this was October 24, December 24, October. The rates are around about 3 point. This is the trend, guys. It has been like continuously June, April. Uh, it was constant for like from July 23 to April 24, and after that, see the trend. It's going totally down like that. So if we turn off the forecasted and if we see the actuals, so it is in front of you guys that how they are decreasing the rates. So it is according to the forecasted value right here. So really a good information for you friends. Anyway, guys, you need to understand that only the fundamentals, they are not the key for the trading. The last key for the trading is like basically technicals, and we need to work on based on the technicals right now. So it's simply like that. So now currently if you see that the price has been breaking out, there's a breakout happened here, and there's a breakout happened there, and again the price actually went into a small channel right here, and there was a breakout. I still consider this as a bullish structure right now. You can see that although the price has been retracing and it has retraced back to this point right now, and price is still holding around here, but we need to actually wait for a proper structure, because it's, although it's bearish, but we need, if we get up some pin bar around this order block, then we can expect a move on the upper side with the uh, forming a double top right here. So for that purpose I have placed my alert right here in front of you, because if the price comes here, then only I can act. Otherwise we'll see that how actually price goes up if it goes on the upper side from here. Guys, moving further, USDJPY. USDJPY. USDJPY on the other hand, you can see that there's a breakout that happened around here, breakout that happened around here, breakout that happened around here. This was our solid structure right here. And price actually like broke out of it, came back down, went into a small channel right here, and price pushed on the upper side with high momentum right here. And this was basically FOMC stuff. Price actually came back directly to this level, and now price is forming a double top right here if the price pushes on the upper side. So taking this trade was good and easy in a sense that price actually forms here. If we see a lower time frame right here, how it actually looks on the lower time frame, you can see that the retracement happened, and this retracement happened based on the continuation around 60% here, around 6618 level, and price again pushed on the upper side. And what is happening that price is price is retracing back around here, and it can still go up like that. So there's a high probability that this momentum would be continuously pushing the prices on the upper side. Right now the price is bit stop, but still we do have a potential that price can actually go on the upper side. What I actually am looking at is this structure right here. It is important in a sense because it is giving us this is the point where the structure can actually change. So although it's in a lower time frame, but let's see how it actually looks. So this is the kind of a structure we are looking at, and if the price actually breaks this point and come back down, only then we can actually look for the sells like that. But price has to come all the way down like that, taking out these structures and any form of like pullback, came back down, continuation towards the downside can give us a good opportunity on the downside further. But right now it's bullish. So this is what actually USD CHF is looking at. USD JPY, guys, after the BOG's press conference, which we discussed in the initial portion of our webinar right here, you can see that the price actually broke these certain levels out there. And after BOG press conference, there is this move, extreme move, and good upside trend. Although my alert was placed right here, and you can see that how quick it all happened, and market was taken on the upside. But if you have missed this move, there's no point of thinking that you have missed the opportunity. You haven't missed the opportunity because any sort of pullback like USD CHF can give us an opportunity again for going on the upper side. So it's a first move, guys. Whenever this type of move happen based on a fundamental, there is a most probable chance that most of the players would be missing this move because we can't get a fill in this kind of like quick move. So in that regard, let's wait for the structure to actually form, and after the structure is formed, we can then see. On the other hand, this is the structure which I have marked, and I would be looking at patiently that if there is a move in that as well. Now coming back to euros, guys, there was like a good range for euro right here, and after the FOMC, this candle formed exactly like that. Yesterday there was a pullback above here like that, and after the pullback, the prices again couldn't like break this zone and go back down. But guys, the idea for me placing the uh, alert right here was that if the price comes back into the deep structure, I can actually try for a trade around here. On the other hand, price actually can do like that in the form of a channel, and then we can also expect a move like that around here. So in that simple sense, I want you guys to be patient about it. Let's wait till the structure actually forms, and any sort of, this could be a range, any sort of like pullback can give us a move like that towards the downside. So let's wait for the range to actually form, and then we can actually act. This is wait a minute, guys, where's pound? Oh, pound is later. Anyway, so this is euro gbp. Euro gbp is wild these days. Do you remember that there was a trade that was taken around this point? In my previous streams, you can see that, and it was a good amount of capital which I actually locked here up till that level. And after that, the prices went down, which I couldn't actually take a benefit from. But we can take a benefit from each move because our biases are actually defined, and if our biases are actually defined in that regard, uh, sometimes you can't think, because if you are being a buyer, continuous buyer, so any kind of pullback like that or like that, you would be entering. So guys, just a sec. Sorry guys. So what I was saying, that any kind of pullback you would be buying. So you can see right here the liquidity was taken around this level, and as the liquidity was taken, the price pumped on the upper side like that. What's next? As a trader, guys, we need to wait for the structure right here. This was an outer block right here which I was looking at. You can see that the price exactly came back in here, and I'm not sure that if it can give us a move like that and continue on the upper side. But if there is a rejection from this point, in that regard, I can actually take a trade on this order block right here, and this can give us a good opportunity. So let's let's wait if the price actually pulls back a little bit, and it can give us a move on the upper side. Now, why I'm just thinking about giving a move on the upper side after this long downtrend, guys, if you see this and now you see this, you can see the urgency in here, and this urgency is actually telling us that there could be a good momentum shift in this chart right here that can give us a move like that, reaching to the top and something like that. So these are the good formations of the candle right here. You see how big it is, and you see how big these candles are, right? But on the other hand, this is a big candle, but it's like more into the form of a stoppage. So price is being held here, being holded here. So now in that case, wait for a pullback, and any sort of a good pullback which we can see, it can give us a move like that on the upper side, rather than like taking a trade expecting the price to go back down, locking this much with this much stop loss. It can get really risky if the price actually breaks. So we need to take a proper understanding that if the price come back here, we can take it. It would be a great solid trade if we can actually take a hold of it. In that regard, what I can do is 534. We can place our alert right here. If the price comes back down and start giving a move, I would really try to capitalize it. Your odd guys gave a good breakout. You can see that there was enough of the levels out here. You see this was a good resistance right here. There was an impact here as well. Price went up. Now price has started breaking these levels right here. These levels are being broken, and price is constantly coming back down right now. But this was the candle for initiation of this order block. So I have placed my alert right here. Any sort of like a proper pullback, uh, if the price stops around here, making a bottom formation here, forming a peak structure, pin bar, price can actually go back up and even move on the upper side, because you see that the trend is actually bullish. So let's wait till there is a proper pullback, but it is near to the formation euro odd. Similarly, euro nzd, guys, euro nzd has given us, there was like a big move on euro nzd the because euro actually, uh, after FOMC we had this type of structure here, and you can see that each time this is a channel out here, and if we can actually draw a channel something like that, you can see that this is a channel. Price came back down anyway, and after there was a break above here, and there was a break above here. So any sort of pullback can give us a move, and in euro nzd we are watching the structure that is being held right now, and if the price actually came back down there like that, breaking this zone and then come back down there, then come back down there, and come back down there, and then pull back like that, then it would only confirm us that the cell structure has begun. But right now it's not clear. But on the EuroCAD it was more like clear opportunity. Sorry, not euro CAD, it was euro Aussie. On euro Aussie it was more clear. Euro CAD has given us a great structure, guys. You can see that the price came back down, pushed back up, and price went down. So any sort of pullback to this level can give us a move like that. So if now this was like a bullish trend right here, you can see that this was a bullish trend, but as the price actually formed this low and price couldn't even touch this level around here, and instead it went down with this solid structure of the sell side. The idea is that any form of a pullback can now give us a move like that. It is really at a good level, guys, and what we need to do is we need to keep this order block in our mind, that something like that, which would actually give us a good understanding that if the price actually pulls back even to this level, we can get some long low hanging fruit trade, coming the price down here even. Euro JPY, guys, after the BOJ's press conference, which I've already mentioned, price actually s- was down there, and all of a sudden you can see that a price actually went up. So there is a high likelihood that price can actually come back down here like that and can give us a move on the upper side, continuing the trend right now. Or if this candle reverses up, it can even break this level. So this is a hypothetical level right now. But on the other hand, the hypothetical level right now, which we are looking at, is this high as well. That is 162.45457. Guys, working so deeply on the euros because euros are giving a good structures right now. So we need to be like be taking the hold of this stuff. Right now we had a neckline right here. You see, this is a low hanging trade. Prices has gone down like that. We couldn't capitalize on this structure because if you see that this is a pin bar that was formed, then each time the price is going up, coming back down, price is going up, coming back down, price is going up, coming back down, and this is a crazy candle right here that must have broken the confidence for many of the traders. So it is like a rusty move, not exactly how we actually expected. So price coming back down there could be a great opportunity as well, because you see that this is the initiation actually. So its low is 930.66 right here. Let's place our alert right here and see that uh, if we can get a pullback. Although you can also see that we discussed this head and shoulder pattern right on the day when we were discussing this pair, and we our price wasn't like even to this point. We just indicated that this is a pullback that happened. It can give us a continuation structure, but on FOMCs, guys, it gets really difficult to specifically take a trade, because most of the times it's equivalent to the gamble, because we need to we need to understand the scenarios that there should be usually your edge, that when it executes, so the execution should be based on your edge rather than like the approach of making money, because money is a byproduct of this work. So anyway, this is what we are looking at. But what could be our next move is right here. And what I want to do is, I understand that it's an important level, but the break of this neckline looks more significant in a structure, because these levels are hypothetical level, guys. It's just for a reminder stuff, nothing more. These has no value, but if the price comes and crosses these levels, that actually helps to make your plan smoother. So placing the level right here is based on the idea that this is the neckline that actually broke. Price pullback continued. If the price breaks the structure again, it can also work. On the other hand, I'm really keenly looking at this this block right here. So if the price actually act for support right here, we can actually execute the trade as well. So going back deep into the 1 hour right now, that there's no clear structure. So you can see that the structure isn't clear right now. So let's wait till it takes these levels, and then we can actually play our part. Need some solid candles out here. Similarly, guys, pound has given us a great move. Pound was, guys, stuck yesterday, and I it was like stuck up here as well. And you can see that price came back down. I was waiting for the price to reach this level. Price came back down again, price went up, and again price actually held right here. The idea was that if the price breaks above, we can get a good move, but this is an FOMC candle. Price went back down again. Price got rejected around this level and started moving on the downside. So this is like a clear approach, really a good setups, but difficult setups. It's not easy setups right now. So what we are looking at is that this is the low right now that we are currently looking at, but further we can bring our lows right here if the price actually starts breaking these levels, and most probably the price would be breaking these levels. So let's keep our alert right here, because I can currently see that there's a high likelihood that price would be coming back. So let's place our alert right. Let's leave our alert right there in order for and hope that prices would be breaking those levels right here. So there's a high likelihood that price can go directly up down there, and but type of guys in that type of cases, guys, the stop loss gets really difficult. So you need to catch a good point, guys. You need to catch a sensible point. So guys, I need to 1 second for my internet to connect. So this is basically the structure in the pound right now. Moving further, pound Aussie, guys, gave a wonderful move, guys, wonderful move. What ended up happening that I do remember. Let me pull out my my sheet right now. I can show you something really cool, and this is a good learning opportunity that we are looking at, guys. This is the record that I actually make for the losing trades. Yep. Because winning trade is not difficult thing. Understand from the losers is really important. So you see right now here pound Aussie, and the price actually I entered is 1.9962, and this was the stop loss right here. The idea was that the price can go back down based on this structure around here. So although this trade isn't like much valid right now, but on the other hand, it was giving us a good move like that on the downside on the lower time frame when I entered. Eventually, guys, what ended up happening that now let's discuss this right now here. Let me push just a sec, friends. Guys, really important stuff. A good understanding, guys. We are discussing something really important. So, this was the structure which you are looking at here. This is a structure right here, which we are looking at right here. This was the high, which was we were actually expecting. The price was actually right here. On It was around. This is the candle, and this is the candle formation right here, right? This is the candle, this is the candle, this is the same candle right here, and price was actually about to hit my stop loss. I kind of like realized it early because uh, the pump which was it was like the formation it was, I just closed it before my stop loss hit because it was a general idea. Now what is an important stuff to understand that if I would have held this trade, this was a good amount of chunk of loss which I bear because of the size. So if I would have held that trade and believing without a stop loss that price would come back, it was a massive loss. It would have been a massive loss around here, around this point. So always be thankful when you take a stop loss, because these stop loss actually protects the account. They are not harmful, but of course it affects the and you're losing trades. But this is a point of learning that if I would have like if I wouldn't have like stopped out myself around this point, how far the price would have gone. No matter if the price is coming down, but it would be a desperate condition as a trader, because as a trader it's not our job to be right or wrong, but to understand that how to save up the capital, how to save up your ammunition. So if there is no money, there is no way to trade then. So it's a simple idea that how this thing was coming into my mind that I need to show you guys, and this is actually what I was showing. So anyway, guys, just let's move on from this discussion because okay, coming back to the topic. See, this was the high that we are looking at. Price has actually broken out this high, and with this momentum candle right here, you can see that the price is breaking. On the other hand, this candle which has actually formed is also based on the data for the pound, because today we also had the pound data which we had discussed in early of the video that I can show you that it's right here. Just a sec. This is the data for the this is the data for the pound, and this is a high impact, and it actually pushed the price on the downside. Guys, we don't need to think that if the data is positive, price is going up, price is going down. It doesn't matter like that. It's not our worry where the price is moving. We need to only look at that if the price, how the structure is formed. So right now price actually came back and is pulling back, and what could be our structure here? You can see that we do have some kind of structures around here. Price can go back like that. On the other hand, with this momentum candle out here, it is like so big that I personally believe that it can go on the sell side from this structure now, like that. So now this is what I personally believe. But on the other hand, it can literally stop around some of the order block around here and give us a move like that. And if the price is unable to form a double top, then price starts rejecting around these points, then guys the price can go equally into the cell structure, forming a cell structure move like that and reaching to the level of this. So it's a simple scenario guys, and I hope you understand that. So let's find out we do have a zone right here as well where the price can actually stop, but I actually want price to give us a good low or a bottom peak formation so that we can realize the importance of it. Similarly guys, this is pound NZD. This is an order block which I've mentioned the price actually can give. This is not an order block, this is basically an FTR level. This is first time rejection level. Price hasn't reached to this level, but if the price actually uh, stops around here and forms a low and gives a range structure on the lower time frame, like for example if the price comes down, start giving a range like that, break out of the range happens, pull back, there is a good opportunity that a price can give us an upper side move. So right now it's in a pending deal. Similarly, GBP CAD has given us a great sell size structure. Structure broke around here. The neckline also broke, and price is coming down. So there's a high likelihood that a price would go back down there. So any sort of a pullback around this level can give us a structure like that, making a head and shoulder pattern right here, and price can go back down there. So it's just the waiting to execute. It's not important to take a trade every day, but it's more important that you plan a lines. So this is the kind of a structure which I'm looking at right now. So any sort of pullback can give us a move on the downside, but on the other hand, if the price comes back down there, we can expect a move towards this level. And this this pattern is also known as a Quasimodo pattern, and you can even search it. QM pattern, that is also known as that. So this is the type of a structure on pound JPY. Guys, pound JPY is a crazy pair that it just moves a lot. So we need to be careful when we are taking these pound yen moves, because pound yen is dangerous in every sense. And right now the pound yen is like giving a small pullback, but there's a high likelihood that it would be taking that point. But in any case, if it comes back down there, we can expect a move on the upper side like that again. But if the price actually holds this level around here, it can actually change the way we actually analyze it. So right now I'm considering this as the top because it's a good peak formation that has happened on the upper level like that, and price is currently holding, but the the way the candle is actually formed isn't much important. So let's wait and see that how actually price reacts. Now pound Swiss is at a good important level. This is the level which I've marked right here, and price is coming back down there. Price has actually broken this resistance right here. That was and the support, that was a resistance right here and support right here, and that has been broken out. So any sort of pullback can happen in coming days, and price can further go back down, making the same structure as it was. So AUD, USD now. AUD, now we will be discussing Australian pairs. And guys, Australian pairs are specifically really good to trade, similarly to the pound and euro guys, but euros are giving us a good move. So pound is also giving us a good move, but pound has a capacity to actually bend bend yourself, bend your trading, because for example like if the euro is moving and giving us a move like that, but pound on the other hand would be giving us going up there and then giving us a move like that. So pound actually really stretches up the mentality. So uh, On the other hand, if we just come back to euro right now, price has formed this low and price is continuously on the upper side on the uptrend. I am not considering this low as a full low right now because it is super early for me to understand that this is a low. Because guys, let's discuss the lows which I have actually marked. You can see this is a low, this is a low, this structure is a low because it's like a good distribution pattern that we can see right here. And after a breakout of this structure, pullback happened and then price actually went on the really bullish side. So what I've done is that I've just placed my low right here, right here. Let's see if the price actually takes it. If the price takes it, this could be the low next. So in that simple regard, right now I'm not considering this as a valid low. I believe that price has a capacity to come down. So in that case, guys, this is a good order block right here, and we should even mark this, because if we wouldn't be looking at, we have to look at the structure. If the price comes back up there, only then we can actually expect some rejection from this order block. And you can see that price is even getting really tired. On the other hand, what we can see is that if we just see the 50% of this, it's also not into the range of the 50% right now. So let's wait till we can find a proper structure. On the other hand, if we see a full range, it's around 50% right now. That's why we are looking at this, but it's not enough for, if we zoom in, it's not enough for our analysis. So AUD, NZD, if you just remember that, if you just like study this AUD, NZD, it's going on the upper side, but on pound NZD, euro NZD, you can see that there was a sell-off that happened. And similarly on the pound NZD, there is a big sell-off that has happened. So we are looking at this level for the pound as well. I want to like put my alert right here. If we get an opportunity, I can re-enter here. And now you see that AUD NZD, guys. AUD NZD on the other hand has given us a good move on the sell side, but it's still going on the upper side. I am still holding this position, although I've locked around 70% here. Of course, guys, because if I wouldn't lock, I wouldn't be much confident. So now if the price goes back up there, the reason for the price to go back up here is this one, because we can see that there's an order block right here as well. So any sort of move on the upper side like that can give me a good opportunity, and I would take off much of my position as well. And if I can hold it, I would be holding that even further. So it's a simple right now showing us that there's a good pullback that happened, and now price is pushing on the upper side. On the other hand, if we see AUD CAD, we can see that AUD CADs are actually giving us a good move. And sorry, I'm taking you back each and every time. It can give us a good understanding about the structure. You can see that there's a big move for the CAD, and similarly you can see in euro that there's a big move for the CAD. But in AUD, guys, the CAD has given us an extensive move, because Australia, Canada are linked together quite for the trade purpose, oil purpose. So they do have certain kind of uh, correlation in them. So anyway, it was a fundamental thing that we shouldn't be like keeping that in our mind. It's just for the knowledge. So price came back down, broke this level around here, and now price is in the range right here. So it can literally go back down like that. But if it forms a structure and breaks up like that, I would be considering this low as an important low. So any sort of pullback around this level can give us a move on the other hand. But I personally believe that until unless a proper low is formed, we would be waiting for it. So in that case, guys, this setup isn't much clear, but we can place our alert right here. AUD JPY has given us a good move similarly to the other GBP players because sorry, not GBP JPY players, because the JPY had like a monetary policy. Similarly, I've been like repeating this like tons of time right now. So see, this was a liquidity grab that happened around here, and price is pushing on the upper side. So now what could be our next move? Although we do have a certain breaks around this level. So let's see that how price actually moves on the upper side like that, and if we can actually grab the opportunity. Most probable chance is that price is gonna pull back a little bit, maybe around like that, and go up like that. So let's see how it happens, but price has been like stopping around this zone, so just keeping it up here. Similarly, AUD CHF couldn't even like break on the upper side, and if we just compare it with CHF on euro, it's in a sell structure right now. CAD and sorry, pound CHF is also in a good bearish structure. So most probable chance is that this is not a valid low, and prices would be coming back down here again. New Zealand USD has started rejecting around this level, and there is a highly likelihood that it would go down there. It can be a valid low hanging trade if somebody wants to like actually execute it. But for me, guys, I want a deeper pullback to even execute. But on the short term traders can actually capitalize on this structure right here. If anybody like takes a trade with, most probable, guys, like this stop loss is super small, 170 points, that is 17 pips. So it can give us a good opportunity towards the downside as well. On the CAD, we can see that the rejection has done. Prices would be most probably coming down rather than like Australian dollar and CAD. With CAD player, they are not they are a bit ambiguous, but in that it is. NZD couldn't break the level. This is an order block right here that prices has started stopping. So let's see that how actually the price reacts, and there could be a good amount of pullback like that, and further price can move on the upper side. But right now it's not clear even. And similarly on NZD the prices can go back down there. CAD JPY, guys, this is really interesting right now, and I'm just like keeping a special attention on this pair. You can see that this was a good amount of resistance that was here. Price broke it, and now price is pulling back down. So any sort of a pullback can give us a move on the upper side, or locking the move up till there. So I would be waiting for the pullback. If I can get a pullback, so I would be executing that. It might take like next 2 days, but let's see. Cat CHF hasn't given us any move, so I was expecting the price actually would drop to this point, but it couldn't. So in that regard, let's remove the alert right here because it's simple, and Swiss is really important, guys. We need to take this in our mindset because the way it has broken out, now prices are being rejected. So let's see that any pullback can give us a move on the upper side like that, creating a full bullish scenario. So I hope it was a good understanding for you guys. So let's go quickly again through the patterns. Euro GBP has started breaking this block. It's still holding. Hmm. prices touched this level, and this is a big fall that happened. And now what we are looking at is this order block that is a bit bigger. I wouldn't be making it, but let's see if there is a pullback and then continuation to the downside. So that's it, guys. uh, really important stream. If you understand the words of the stream, there is a lot of trades that can be taken, but with the patience, with discipline, and with proper money management, you can survive. Take care, guys. Thank you.